The last zoning case, case 95, case C14, 2019-0078. This is for All Points Construction Services. It's located at 4507 and 4511 Vinson Drive. The neighborhood is requesting a postponement of this case to October 17th, and the applicant's in opposition. The applicant's in opposition to the neighborhood's postponement request. Both parties are here in the room.
Is this the first request for postponement?
It was postponed at the last meeting, and if my recollection is correct, it was a discussion postponement at that time as well. But if I recall correctly, the applicant gave up and agreed to the postponement after, without us discussing it. And so my recollection was the neighborhood was asking, the applicant agreed, but after we'd been here for a while.
So the neighborhood requested the first postponement?
The neighborhood requested the first postponement.
And is it the neighborhood again requesting a postponement?
They are, but at the last meeting, the applicant said I agree to the postponement, and so we chalked it off as an applicant postponement, but again, it kind of, whatever the council would like to do as far as postponements go, but I know the neighborhood was asking, and the applicant did reluctantly agree last time.
I think there's some other complications to that.
Okay.
Could I speak to that?
Yeah.
Actually, Councilmember Renteria may be more familiar with this, but my understanding is that the neighborhoods, when they ask for the postponement, they ask for it for the date that they're asking for now. So this is not a new or a second request from them. Is that right, Councilmember Renteria, I think?
Yes, but this week, excuse me, this week was the first time I actually seen the plan or what they were proposing.
Okay.
And so I had requested that, we postpone it for a couple more weeks so that we could have a discussion with the neighborhood there.
Okay.
But I think they want to choose to forward this proposal and not wait any longer. I think that's where, but my recommendation was for them to postpone it a little longer, see if we could work something out, but they chose not to.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, and I concur. I also have, I know that I think the neighbors have appointments with several council members to go around and discuss what you just mentioned, Councilmember Renteria, and so I think a postponement is appropriate in this place to allow that time to happen.
Okay. You want to speak to the postponement?
My name is Bruce Opperly. I'm the engineer for the site plan. And I wanted to give you a kind of a history on whether the postponement should be granted or not granted. 2.5 months ago, we met with the Neighborhood Association and the Neighborhood Plan contact team. Since at that meeting, we asked, we brought the site plan for full transparency as it related to the zoning request. The zoning request is only to address the driveway, really. The rest of the zoning is kind of moot because it's allowed under SF3. We do want a condo regime, though, so that's SF6. At the meeting that was in late July, we asked if anybody had any questions or concerns. They had some questions, not too many concerns. We left that meeting understanding they had a problem with the zoning upgrade, but not necessarily the project. In your packet, I saw that there's 8 new handwritten issues with the zoning request. I've looked at all those. We can read them individually, but it looked like 5 of them were related to density, which is a zoning issue, I guess. 3 are regarding ethics or aesthetics, not a zoning issue. 1 related to drainage, which is a site plan issue. And 2 related to safety on Vinson, again, not a zoning issue. It's a site plan issue. So what we would like to do is at least hear what the problem with the site plan is. We can't really address the problem with the zoning at this point because nothing they say relates really to zoning other than we're afraid of the upgrade in the zoning. And it might set precedents with other people nearby. So I'm requesting that we don't delay, that we have the hearing tonight and keep going.
Okay. Is there a motion on the dais? Councilmember Kitchen.
Unless Councilmember Renteria wants to make it.
I would move to delay it. I really think we can come to a decision if we just sit down. I looked at the plan there, the site plan, and it looks pretty reasonable, but I still need to just talk to the people there. I do have concern with the traffic, and I know it's not part of the zoning, but it's a street with no curbs on it, and it's an old country road there, and it curves right there where the railroad tracks splits to the Bergstrom Spur. So I really want to see how they're going to address all of that, and I really hadn't had the opportunity to sit down and have a big, long discussion with the neighborhood also.
Where would you be postponing it to?
17.
There's a meeting on the 31st. There's a meeting in mid-November, November 14th.
I would like November. It'll give us some more time on it.
Mr. Renteria moves to postpone this matter to November 14th. Is there a second to that motion? Councilmember Kitchen seconds the motion. Is there any discussion on the dais? Ready to take a vote? Those in favor of the postponement, please raise your hand. Those opposed? It's unanimous on the dais with Councilmember Cassar off and Councilmember Harper Madison off. I think those are all the things that we have on our agenda. With that, at 5 o'clock, this meeting stands adjourned. There's certainly music and proclamations for people to come back to. Meeting's adjourned.